From the book, Epoch for All. How True is True Scenario. How true is to think more about the idea you have chosen to function with the art of glory to come about in a realistic scope by questioning its legitimacy to become a form of glory in the near future. How true is also looking at the odds that are against you before furthering your effort to any other step. You take the idea of a form of glory that you had envisioned as something of a chance or opportunity to make it real, which is why the how true is true scenario is helpful when playing its role towards glory. It's simply looking at your reality of being honest with yourself and the idea that you want to achieve as the glory that was first thought out as an idea. If you won't be honest with yourself when getting ready to pursue glory, there are high chance you will be wasting a lot of time until you have ended up as a fool. How true is to know or know more about the idea that you presented to yourself with the intent of making it real. It is to look into or overlook the overall truths by conducting an internal review of the idea you have chosen to act on. What is there to happen with the idea that you begin with by following it with action? Can you describe its occurrence before you acted on the idea as anticipating the future of how things can unfold? Because how true is true scenario is heavily reliant on the imagination by questioning the idea of becoming as true as possible. How true is to encircle the overall truth of the main idea with more ideas to understand it more if you have not yet understood it clearly or clearly enough. It's to know what could, should, or will change, just as knowing what can come or come about from that idea by questioning the idea of becoming real, because the art of glory begins by knowing the truth of that idea you wish to proceed in. What has held true in the past has the potential to change at any time and at any moment, including this moment that we are currently in. How true is a way of asking how true is it of that idea or what you claim to be true in how it will proceed in the future from that idea. It is also to know the whole truth if possible of both sides of what is true and what is false, by knowing how it will change in the future and to know how it came to be the way it is. The word how is a form or term to be used to question the condition or quality of something, but in this case is the idea of asking how true is true of that idea of becoming real. How true is having a clear or clearer picture of the idea and seeing it stand with the standards that you began with, which is being an overall idea of becoming real by the truths that you know of. It can be a value of fact, which is a truth that holds strong evidence to be occupied by the reality that you know of without any change from that idea you begin with. How true is to know the idea when it first came to you in your ongoing reality. When you play it in your mind, there will be a high chance of being exactly the same in the future. In Adian, it is to ensure what had been ruled out, envisioned, sought, told, or experienced was correct and still seen in the same way that you know of when you began with that idea. How true can be an analysis of how right you were or how wrong you were by the idea that you started to look into, once again or the first time when regarding its truths of being true or becoming real. How true is simply questioning the idea that you believe in of coming true that shall also become an idea of not so easy to give up on. However, it is to give a good effort on the thought of being more thoughtful of the idea to proceed with or left alone as a decision to be made to function with the art of glory or not. The reason I brought that up is because it's not a good idea to start the trail of the art of glory with a lousy idea. After all, a lousy idea is only for lousy people that often don't result in anything other than a lousy result. You should choose the idea that can outlast a quick failure or the idea that is not even bound to fail at all, but be aware that you can fail. You should also know that it can be considered as a fact that you have an idea, but it doesn't mean that your idea is an overall fact as being good to be applied in your undergoing reality. In addition, it doesn't mean your idea is a fact of becoming real by the fact of the value of knowing you have an idea. Your idea is a fact of what you think, just as a fact that your idea is also your opinion. Your opinion is described as a view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge, but your own opinion, which is based on how you see it in your thoughts. People will trust their opinion rather than others because they will know more about their own opinions and may not know enough or a lot or much about others and others' own opinions. How true is also to transfer your opinion to a good idea, because the art of glory should start with a good idea, not a good opinion. You should know your idea that you want to proceed with the art of glory much more knowing your very own opinion. To know is to be aware through observation, inquiry, and information, or regard it as true beyond any doubt what is described as to know. To trust is to have a firm belief in the reliability, truthability, or strength of someone or something. For the most part, people will trust what they know because what they know is true to them, which is often true in the reality that they see. How true is to scale up its legitimacy by gathering more knowledge of what is true, and you will know much more if you already haven't yet. It is the internal interaction of the wisdom that is held in your remembrance and to play it in your mind, to be more certain rather than uncertain of the idea you wish to act on. It is to look into your wisdom and the idea that may be brought forth an idea to be considered for the future. Your wisdom is true and always will be, but always looking into your wisdom may not find all its truths or answers because of being forgotten, which will allow the welcoming of suggestions that can involve misinformation, disinformation, or perhaps a good idea. The art of glory starts with the idea, and how true is getting to know the idea to be processed in your reality by letting it process in your mind. It is what it is of being what you know of it as the idea that others may have a hard time figuring out or understanding. Just for example, for this scenario, how true is that you won't know how others would feel about an idea, just as they won't know how you may feel about their idea, because you all may understand the idea differently from each other, but either way, trying to make somebody feel how you feel may not result in the same feeling. Find out more in the book, Epoch for All, by Meshach Ford, out now on Amazon.